Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's presentation of Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation, as we say hello to Frank Wainscott in the front row. And it is a big night tonight. We've got 4 matches, including 2 very exciting grudge matches, and in our main event, the vacant Atlantic Wrestling Championship will be awarded to the winner of the battle between Kevin Von Erich and Chris Jericho. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. Before we went to air, we started things off with a very entertaining bout between Yukon Eric and Baron Von Raschke, which was won by Baron Von Raschke by submission with the Brain Claw. Then we saw tag team action with the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov picking up the victory over Mr. Wrestling 1 and Mr. Wrestling 2, when Mr. Wrestling 2 was pinned by the Iron Sheik after a Sidewinder suplex. Dusty Rhodes was next, and he picked up a big victory over Curt Hennig with an elbow drop. And just before we went to air, controversy as Vern Gagne picked up a disqualification victory over Antonio Inoki after an injury to the referee on the arena floor. Fans here unhappy about that development at the Tampa Sportatorium. But life goes on, and we are now here live on the network with tonight's action. As the crowd is filling up, Neil Lau is here, Mighty Mo. Welcome to you, sir. Jeff Stafford, glad to see you, as we are ready to pick up the action with our first grudge match of the night. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no disqualification. And this is a special challenge grudge match. Introducing first, out of Glasgow, Scotland, standing at 6'2", weighing 232 pounds, this is Roddy Piper. And his opponent stands at 5'11", 208 pounds, out of Humboldt, Iowa. This is Frank GOTCH. And for those of you who have followed the Heartland Championship Wrestling, you know that the war of words between these two has been escalating. It was Piper squaring off with GOTCH in a qualifiers match for the AWF Championship, which was won by GOTCH via disqualification. GOTCH went on to lose in his title shot against the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And trash talk was exchanged by both men, as GOTCH was a guest on Piper's Pit. And as a result of that conversation, this no disqualification grudge match was scheduled tonight here in Tampa. And we are ready to rock. As we say hello to Carl Zilla in the chat room. Carl Zilla, Neil Lau, both of you, good to see you last weekend at the Filsinger Games Perennial. And hopefully folks will be able to make it out to Waterloo, Iowa in July for the annual Galacticon pilgrimage, which will be held this year at the Thagos Trez Hall of Fame, in conjunction with their yearly induction ceremonies. So, let's get ready to rumble. It is Frank GOTCH who wins the opening initiative role. And coming out, it is GOTCH with a wristlock takeover, taking Roddy Piper down to the canvas. Piper immediately drops down and rolls out of the ring. Out we go to the arena floor. And it is going to be Piper who is going to stay out on the arena floor and agitate the fans while Frank GOTCH remains in the ring. And eventually Roddy Piper has to return to the ring where GOTCH is ready and waiting. And GOTCH picks him up in a half Nelson crotch hold slam down to the canvas hard. GOTCH going for the cover already. The pinfall is 2. And on a count of 10, it is Roddy Piper who kicks out. But GOTCH already showing his technical prowess in the squared circle in that opening encounter. And GOTCH moves in, and GOTCH is going to go now for the GOTCH toe hold. This is a +3 finisher. So the finisher rating here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 6, he got him. Just like that, Frank Gotch has taught a lesson in wrestling, a wrestling clinic put on by Frank Gotch with a victory over Roddy Piper by way of the Gotch toe hold. No question about it. Boy, you thought the Celtics put a whooping on the 76ers this afternoon. Frank Gotch just took Roddy Piper out to the woodshed. And before the fans even got to their seats at ringside, it was Gotch picking up the submission victory by way of the Gotch toe hold. And that was not a stellar moment in the career of one Roddy Piper, losing in this bout against Frank Gotch. Piper may have won the war of words, but that was sudden indeed, Carlzilla, as Frank Gotch is your winner in tonight's opening contest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next we have tag team action. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. It is tag team competition, a standard match, where standard match rules apply. Introducing first at a total combined weight of 593 pounds, collectively known as the BLACKJACKS, here is Blackjack Mulligan and his tag team partner, Blackjack Lanza. So Lanza and Mulligan are coming out tonight here in Tampa to the loud boos of the fans in the Sportatorium. And they will be followed by their very popular opponents at a total combined weight of 494 pounds from Denton County, Texas. It's KERRY and David, the Von Erich brothers. All right, a big night for the Von Erichs here as KERRY and David in tag team competition. And later on, we'll see Kevin Von Erich with an opportunity to win the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. The BLACKJACKS, as you may be aware, have been were previously very popular competitors, and they had a nasty feud with the team of Homicide and Hernandez, the Latin American Exchange. And that feud turned violent, and that feud turned into a brutal grudge match situation. And as it turns out, when those two teams came to the pay-per-view finale of their feud, it was the BLACKJACKS who won that match, but in the aftermath, they put a severe beating on Homicide and Hernandez, and they even laid hands on the valet for Homicide and Hernandez, one Janae Kai. And based upon their treatment, especially of Janae Kai, and of the just escalation of unnecessary violence that the BLACKJACKS dished out at the end of that feud, they have they've really lost face with the fans, and the fans have turned on the BLACKJACKS. The BLACKJACKS have turned on the fans. So they are getting booed loudly here in Tampa. And of course, everybody loves the Von Erich brothers, who have come out to face off with the BLACKJACKS here tonight in tag team competition. As we've got continuing chatter in the chat room, always good to see chatter in the chat room. But I do not see any new entries into the chat room. Carlzilla, Mighty Mo, Neil Lau, Jeff Stafford, Frank Wainscott. Yes, I think everybody who is here in the discussion has had a greeting. So thank you once again for coming out tonight to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for wrestling action. Now we're ready to start things off as David Von Erich will start things off against Blackjack Lanza. Both these two cards brought to you by the UBU Bootleg Network. I forget what UBU stands for. Underground Bootlegs United or something like that. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later after this match is about to get underway with the Von Erichs squaring off against the BLACKJACKS. And the opening initiative role is won by Blackjack Lanza. And he is coming out with a rope burn, trying to burn the eyes of David Von Erich on the top rope. David not having any of that. David fires back and dumps Lanza to the canvas and very quickly grabs Lanza and turns him into a spinning toe hold. David trying to slow things down. Overcoming the dirty tactics of Blackjack Lanza to take control with his spinning toe hold. Blackjack quick to get to the ropes. Both men get to their feet. And now it is David with another double leg takedown attempt. This time that move is blocked by Blackjack Lanza. And it is Lanza who is going for a sneaky chokehold. Lanza putting the chokehold onto David Von Erich. And successfully choking down David. And David is going to try and get a tag to brother KERRY, and he is not able to do so. So Blackjack has choked David down to his knees. And Blackjack now is going to take control and put David into a cobra hold. Very painful submission maneuver. We may see a submission here on a roll of snake eyes. Ooh, and almost. David barely able to make his way to the bottom rope to avoid the submission in that predicament. Lanza follows that up with a big body slam. Choice H maneuver. He'll need a death jump roll to execute the big body slam. Let's see, choice H is, let's do the math here. Agility, which is a -1, or death jump B. We'll go for the death jump B. And on a roll of 3, that was a bad idea. On the death jump 3, that is a reversal and a possible pin attempt. So Blackjack Lanza went for the body slam. David Von Erich turns that into a small package. The pin roll is 3 or lower, and on a count of 9, Blackjack Lanza is able to kick out. David now in control as both men get to their feet, and it is David with a jumping knee smash that stuns Blackjack Lanza. David will make the tag into KERRY, and KERRY will come out in control against Blackjack Lanza. KERRY Von Erich now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Lanza, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by KERRY Von Erich that stuns Lanza. KERRY moving in to follow up, and he is going to go for a press slam. This is a choice D maneuver, which he can execute on a roll of 9 or lower. And on a roll of 10, it is Blackjack Lanza who comes out the back door of that press slam attempt, takes out the knee, and now goes with a series of body punches into KERRY Von Erich. KERRY fires back with a flying leg lock. And Lanza's not having any of that. Reversals each way here, as now it is Lanza with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes KERRY Von Erich, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick now from Lanza that stuns KERRY. And Lanza will tag his partner Mulligan into the ring. Mulligan getting the worst of the boos here in Florida, because Mulligan was the one who laid hands on Janae Kai, and that made up the minds of most of the fans as Mulligan showing his true colors in that grudge match situation. So the crowd is booing loudly as Mulligan comes in against KERRY, and Mulligan immediately goes with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes KERRY Von Erich, and on a roll of 9, that is a big shoulder tackle meeting in the center of the ring. Advantage goes to the wrestler with the better power rating, which is Mulligan, 340-pounder in there, strongest man in the match. Mulligan in control after that mid-ring collision, and Mulligan is just going to pummel on KERRY with some clubbing forearms as the fans continue to boo. Mulligan now follows that up with an attempt at an arm drag. KERRY blocks the arm drag attempt, and KERRY comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle of his own. Into the turnbuckle goes Mulligan, and on a roll of 8, it is KERRY with a one-footed dropkick that stuns Blackjack Mulligan against the turnbuckle. KERRY in control. KERRY now is going to go once again for that press slam. Choice D maneuver didn't work out for him the first time. And this time he is able to get Mulligan up and down. Didn't get all of it, but got enough that Mulligan got down. And both men coming to their feet now. And it's Mulligan who gets the advantage as they come together again. And he's just going to rake the eyes of KERRY Von Erich. Referee admonishing Blackjack Mulligan, but he couldn't care less. KERRY thought about a tag, but he's going to re-engage with Mulligan here in the center of the ring. And now it is an attempted elbow smash by Mulligan. That's an agility move. That favors KERRY, which gives KERRY the reversal and another opportunity at a kick to the face here. And he misses the kick to the face, not able to connect. And it is Mulligan who comes back with another series of clubbing forearms, backing KERRY down into the corner. Mulligan in control, and now a big boot to the face by Mulligan. A nice big size 14 to the mush of KERRY Von Erich. Mulligan follows that up with a blatant claw choke, choking KERRY against the turnbuckle. Referee puts on the count, and at the count of 4, Mulligan breaks, and now a running stomp attempted by Blackjack Mulligan. But KERRY got out of the way of that, and Mulligan crashes into the turnbuckle. KERRY comes back, and he's going to go for that kick to the face once again. This time he nails it, and Mulligan is stunned. KERRY in control now against Mulligan. KERRY with a knee drop. Mulligan rolls out of the way of that. We're seeing a lot of reversals here in this match, as now Mulligan gets KERRY coming to his feet and nails KERRY with a big running lariat, turning KERRY inside out. KERRY thinking about a tag, unable to get there. Mulligan in control, and Mulligan now is going to pitch KERRY out of the ring, and down to the arena floor we go. Action on the outside of the ring, and it is Mulligan who comes out and rams the head of KERRY face first onto the ring steps. KERRY is stunned. Mulligan still in control. Back into the ring, it is a big elbow ram by Blackjack Mulligan. As KERRY got into the ring, Blackjack got him across the back of the neck, turns him over for a cover. The pin roll here is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 7, KERRY is able to kick out. Here comes Blackjack Lanza. We're going to see a double team. And on a roll of 7, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline executed by the Blackjacks on KERRY Von Erich. Once again, KERRY Von Erich is down. Blackjack Lanza, again, pitching KERRY out of the ring to the arena floor. And this time on a roll of 8, it is KERRY who climbs up onto the ring apron. And Lanza meets him there and just dumps him with a DDT onto the canvas as KERRY came in between the ropes. Lanza in control once again, and now Lanza is going for the Texas Brain Buster. That painful claw to the temple with his knuckle. Submission move +2. It is a 6 or lower for a submission attempt here. And on a roll of 12, KERRY powers his way out of the Texas Brain Buster with authority. Blackjack Lanza still in control. Lanza now with a choke on the ropes. Just punishing KERRY. KERRY still unable to get over and make the tag as Lanza remains in control. Lanza now follows that up with a running knee to the gut, and KERRY drops to his knees. Lanza still in control, follows that up with a headlock ram into the turnbuckle. KERRY's face bounced off the turnbuckle. Now here comes Mulligan. We're going to see another double team from the Blackjacks. But on a roll of 12, that is a botched double team. It's Lanza holding the arms of KERRY Von Erich as Mulligan comes off the ropes with a big lariat. But KERRY ducks out of the way, and Lanza eats the lariat. Lanza goes down. KERRY goes for the cover. The pin roll is 4 or lower, but on a roll of 11, Lanza is able to kick out. As we say hello to Cleveland baseball fan 879, welcome to the chat room. We're seeing the Blackjacks against the Von Erichs here in Tampa, Florida. And KERRY Von Erich has just taken control after the Blackjacks misfired on a double team attempt. KERRY in control. Lanza is down. KERRY's going to go up for a death jump. Death jump attempt coming up for KERRY. The death jump rating on Blackjack Lanza is a B, and on a roll of 11, as Lanza stumbles to his feet, KERRY comes off the top turnbuckle with a perfect cross body block and goes for the cover. The pin roll here is 5, and on a roll of 11, Lanza able once again to kick out, but he is in trouble here. And now it is the Von Erichs with a chance at a double team. And it is David coming into the ring and delivering a running forearm smash to Lanza as KERRY held him back. And David now is in control against Lanza, and Lanza is in trouble here. And David with a drop kick. Stuns Lanza, got him full on the mush. Lanza rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Out on the arena floor, oh my goodness. Lanza just grabs the leg of David Von Erich, pulls David out of the ring, and runs David face first into the steel security railing. And just like that, the Blackjacks are back in control with some dirty tactics on the outside of the ring. Here's the Cobra hold applied by Blackjack Lanza as David returns to the ring. Lanza now is going to tag out to Mulligan, the fresh man in this match, and Mulligan comes in and takes control over David. Mulligan with another big lariat. This time he got all of it, and this time he got his intended target. Von Erich is down. Blackjack is going for the pin. The pin roll is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 12, once again, David kicks out of there and kicks out with authority. Blackjack stays on him, and Blackjack now is going to pitch David out of the ring and down to the arena floor. It's a battle on the arena floor, and this time it is both men slugging it out. We may see disqualifications here. Will David be disqualified? No. Will Mulligan be disqualified? Possibly. And on a roll of 5 or lower, we'll have a DQ, but on a roll of 8, the referee decides to let it go. And we go now to the odd even roll. The even roll will go to David, but on a roll of 3, it is Mulligan who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And as action returns to the ring, it's Mulligan in control. And now Mulligan's going for the Blackjack Claw. This is his submission finisher. It is a +2 finisher. The submission roll here is 6 or lower. And David is able to work his way free from the Blackjack Claw. But David now finds himself in trouble as Blackjack goes with a knee to the gut. And now he's got a choice H maneuver, which is either a death jump or a flying elbow on the agility rating. He is going to go for the death jump. And on a roll of 12, it is a perfect cross body block. I don't know if Mulligan would do a cross body block, but we'll say it is a flying knee smash into the chest of David Von Erich. David is down. Blackjack goes for the cover. The pin roll is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 11, David once again is able to kick out. But the Blackjacks have taken control, and now it is David in big trouble. Another double team coming up, and this time on a roll of 6, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by the Blackjacks. That puts David back down onto the canvas. Blackjack Lanza now in control. Lanza pitching David out of the ring. And David trying to recover on the arena floor, having a little powwow with KERRY out there. And on a roll of 5, it is Blackjack Lanza coming out of the ring. And David catches Lanza and smashes Lanza face first into the steel ring post. We may see a disqualification here, but the referee's just going to let him fight, as David now has taken control. And David, as Lanza returns to the ring, takes him down and traps him in the figure 4 leg lock. We may see a submission here on a roll of 6 or lower, as Von Erich catches Lanza with a figure 4. On a roll of 5, we may see the submission. Can Mulligan make the save? And on a roll of 7, he is unable to make the save, and Blackjack Lanza is forced to give it up. So David Von Erich, after a brutal match, defeats Blackjack Lanza by submission with the figure 4 leg lock. So congratulations to the Von Erich brothers, KERRY and David, with a big victory here over the hated Blackjacks, as the fans cheer wildly as Blackjack Lanza is forced to tap out in the center of the ring after David caught him in the figure 4 leg lock. Boy, the Von Erichs did their best to keep things in the ring, but when Lanza took David outside of the ring, David surprised him, whipped him into the steel ring post, stunning Lanza and setting the stage for David to win it with the figure 4. All right. Boos from Jeff Stafford. Yeah, Jeff's out there rooting for the heels, so yeah, and you must be a real heel if you're not rooting for the Von Erich boys, because everybody loves them some Von Erichs. They needed the brain, says Frank Wayne Scott. Indeed, they did. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is one that I have been looking forward to. We've all been looking forward to for a long time. This is another grudge match between two men with a very controversial history. dating back to February, when the New Age Outlaws were the NWA World Tag Team Champions. Billy Gunn and his partner, the Road Dogg, were defending the titles against the team of Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack. When Cactus Jack broke the leg of Billy Gunn with a wild dive off of the ring apron that actually left both men in the heat, but Billy Gunn came out of that with a broken leg, and the Outlaws were forced to relinquish the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Billy Gunn has been waiting for his opportunity to return to the ring. He is now ready, and he wants, in the worst way, to get his hands on Cactus Jack. So here we have, and they have agreed to a dog collar match. So we'll get the dog collar rules out from the Filsinger Games Handbook, available at filsingergames.com. Highly recommended for players of the Filsinger universe. Bang, bang, says Frank Wayne Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall to a finish. This will be a dog collar match. Coming to the ring first from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. He is accompanied by Christina Von Eerie. He weighs in at 6'2" and 287 pounds. This is Cactus Jack. So Cactus Jack accompanied by Christina Von Eerie. We're not going to likely see any outside interference in this dog collar situation. But Christina Von Eerie has been an integral part of the success of the team of Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack. Sullivan and Jack actually 2 weeks from tonight will be challenging for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship once again against the current champions Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. But Cactus Jack was not going to turn down the chance to once again get into the squared circle, shed some blood, get his hands on Billy Gunn in this dog collar grudge match situation. And his opponent, standing at 6'5", weighing 265 pounds, from Austin, Texas, representing the New Age Outlaws. He is accompanied to the ring by the Fallen Angel. This is Billy Gunn. So Billy Gunn coming out to take on Cactus Jack in a dog collar grudge match. And of course, Fallen Angel, a guiding influence in the careers of the New Age Outlaws. She led the Outlaws to the NWA World Tag Team Championship. And she has neutralized the presence of Christina Von Eerie by bringing in Christina's tag team partner, Mischief, for a grudge match. And that grudge match will take place in 2 weeks at the pay-per-view. But tonight it is Billy Gunn and Cactus Jack taking center stage in this dog collar match situation. The way this works, it is conducted like a standard match, but whenever either wrestler hits a choice roll, choice F, choice H, or thereabouts, instead of executing the choice roll, they will go to the dog collar match chart in the Filsinger game handbook. Cage ratings will be used for the decision rather than pinfall. And this match can be won by pinfall or submission. But they ain't going anywhere, attached by the dog collars. And with that, we are ready to get going. Bruiser, my first boss, says Jeff Stafford. I'm not sure what the reference is, but love to hear more. All right, so Billy Gunn and Cactus Jack are getting things underway, and the opening initiative role goes to Billy Gunn. As they come together in the center of the ring, it is Billy with a forearm smash to Cactus Jack, and Cactus Jack just laughs in his face. And Cactus Jack follows right back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Billy Gunn, and on a roll of 5, it is Cactus Jack charging into the turnbuckle, and Billy Gunn catches him with a knee to the head. And Cactus Jack is stunned. Billy Gunn now in control and goes with a power slam that takes Cactus Jack down to the mat. Billy Gunn, a very strong man, and still even into his 50s, looks great on television, but Gunn now in control. And Gunn is going to go for the Famouser right off the jump. That is a +2 finisher. The pin roll will be on a 4, and Cactus Jack ain't going to get pinned this early in this match. There's too much fun yet to be had. And now it is Billy Gunn who is going to the dog collar match chart. And on a roll of 4, you clothesline the opponent with the chain. Cactus Jack gets to his feet. Billy Gunn comes off with the chain and clotheslines Cactus Jack, putting him right back down to the canvas. And Billy now going for the Famouser once again. Now the pin rating is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Cactus Jack still able to get out of there. And it is Billy Gunn still in control. Billy Gunn now goes for the spike pile driver. That's a tag move, so he's not going to be able to execute that. And he'll be forced to roll. And now a power slam executed by Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn again going for the pin. The pin roll is 4 or lower, and he will not get the pin on this occasion. And now Billy's going to go back to the dog collar charge. And on a roll of 7, it is Billy choking down Cactus Jack with the chain. Cactus Jack can barely breathe. He's got a big grin on his face as he gets to his feet. And they re-engage in the center of the ring. Billy trying to choke down Cactus Jack. Cactus having none of it. And now Billy just whips Cactus Jack into the corner and starts putting the boots to him in the corner. As Billy Gunn has Cactus Jack under control. Cactus trying to get out of the ring. Billy pulls on the chain and keeps him in the ring. And now he is going to go for a standing drop kick. He hits the standing drop kick, and Cactus Jack staggers backwards and falls into the corner. Another drop kick, and again Cactus Jack is down in the corner. And now Billy's just going to stop a mud hole in him once again. Boy, Billy Gunn has been on the top of his game from the get-go here as he has dominated Cactus Jack in this grudge match situation. Now he's going for the Famouser once again. And again, he is not going to be able to accomplish the pin. As we're rolling against the cage rating, I neglected to remember, so he did not get the pin. But Billy Gunn in control, and he's going back to the dog collar chart. Billy Gunn has just been putting a whipping on Cactus Jack here. And now on a roll of 5, it is Billy Gunn who tries to clothesline the opponent with the chain, but he misses. And the opponent clotheslines Billy Gunn instead. So Billy Gunn misfires with his attempted clothesline. Cactus Jack ducked out of that and just nails Billy Gunn with the chain. Cactus Jack now in control. And it is Cactus who's going to the chain charge. And on a roll of 9, it is Cactus Jack who uses the chain to propel his opponent into the ring post. Cactus Jack now doing his damage. Bang, bang, says Cactus Jack as Billy Gunn slumps to the mat. Cactus on him. And once again, it's going to be another roll of the dog collar charge. And on a roll of 8, it is Cactus Jack hitting a deadly move on the poor hapless opponent, adding 1 point of fatigue. As Cactus Jack has just taken the chain and started whooping on Billy Gunn with it like a scalded dog. Billy Gunn being whipped by that chain. Fallen Angel shrieking her encouragement from ringside as Cactus Jack again with that toothless grin gives a wink to Christina Von Arey and continues his assault. And now Cactus is going for the double arm DDT. He may get a pin roll here on a fall of 6 or lower. And on a roll of 11, Billy Gunn manages to kick out and the match will continue. Cactus Jack now in control. Cactus Jack moving in, and now a diving elbow off the ring apron onto Billy Gunn. Both men into a heap on the arena floor. What's going to happen next? Cactus Jack is in control, and now a big leg drop over the bottom rope onto Billy Gunn. Cactus Jack again going for the pinfall here. He's going to wrap the chain around the neck of Billy Gunn first. Now a lateral press. The pin roll is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 9, Billy Gunn somehow manages to survive that predicament. But Cactus Jack remains in control, and Cactus Jack now is going to take the action out to the arena floor. Cactus Jack on the arena floor. And on a roll of 4, that is going to be a Donnybrook on the arena floor. There will be no disqualifications, so we'll just go directly to the odd-even roll to see who wins the brawl. And on a roll of 5, it is Cactus Jack who wins the brawl on the arena floor. Cactus Jack still in control. And now we're out of the ring once again, and we are going to the shenanigans chart. The shenanigans chart is in play in the dog collar match, because anything goes in this situation, and it is going to be a foreign object. Christina Von Airy has picked up the ring bell, and she's trying to hand it over to Cactus Jack, but Billy Gunn is able to, let's see, Billy Gunn wins the gut check roll, and Billy Gunn grabs the ring bell and just uses it to clock Cactus Jack across the side of the head. That's going to cost Cactus Jack another point of fatigue. Cactus Jack has been busted wide open here in Tampa, Florida. Christina Von Airy is shrieking. Billy Gunn is in control, and Billy Gunn is going to take things back into the ring with a Cobra Clutch slam down hard to the mat. And Cactus Jack stays down. Billy Gunn with another Cobra Clutch slam. Cactus Jack finally getting back up to his knees. Billy Gunn follows that up with a flurry of punches. Now both men on their feet. It is Billy Gunn attempting the hip toss. I don't know what he's doing with a wrestling move here in this dog collar match, but Cactus Jack ain't having none of it. As Cactus Jack turns around and just, right to the groin, puts the knee to the groin of Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn slumps down and falls onto the ropes, and Cactus Jack is just going to choke him down on the ropes. Billy Gunn being choked on the ropes now by Cactus Jack. Cactus is going to follow that up by going back to the dog collar chart. And on a roll of 7, it is Cactus Jack choking the opponent with the chain. Billy Gunn looking none the worse to wear here. He may pass out completely on a roll of 6 or lower. And on a roll of 7, Billy Gunn barely able to survive. I think Fallen Angel at ringside was able to encourage Billy Gunn, maybe pour a little cold water over his head to keep him in the fight. I don't know if she's doing him any favors as Cactus Jack continues in control. And now Cactus Jack with the double arm DDT. That could be the finish on a roll of 9 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Billy Gunn manages to kick out yet again. Oh my goodness, Billy Gunn showing all kinds of resiliency here. Cactus Jack's blood is all over both men. Billy Gunn is out on his feet as Cactus Jack comes at him again with a diving elbow off the ring apron. And Billy Gunn is stunned. I don't see how these two men are continuing on. Here's another leg drop over the bottom rope from Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack is in control. Cactus Jack goes for the big elbow drop and nails Billy Gunn. Cactus Jack now with a stump pile driver. Nasty looking move. Again going for the cover. The pin roll is 8 or lower. And finally on a roll of 7, he got him. Cactus Jack is your winner in this dog collar match by way of the stump pile driver. Cactus Jack is a bloody mess. Billy Gunn is just about out cold. And we're going to have to require both men to get checked out by the trainers. Christina Von Airy is in the ring. She's on her knees supporting Cactus Jack and helping him to, she's got a towel and she's helping him try to mop up some of the blood. Cactus Jack ain't interested in that. Billy Gunn is now quickly being unhooked from the dog collar by the Fallen Angel so that she can get him back to get some assistance in the training room. Cactus Jack ain't going anywhere near no training room. He has got blood on one side of his face and a big grin on the other side of his face. And he is your winner in tonight's dog collar match. Testicular Fortitude, says Miho Burns. And welcome, Miho, to the chat room. Mighty Mo is in here. And yeah, we did have some information about Jeff Stafford. Jeff Stafford, a former professional wrestler. Oh, okay, that's interesting to hear. Worked heel for Mr. Afflis, that being Dick the Bruiser, I believe. Yeah, in '86 in WWA until the end of 1990. So, Jeff, welcome to the wacky world of Filsinger. I know you're a familiar face around the Filsinger universe, and now I know a little bit more about your history as a worker in the business. And congratulations on your efforts. That is not an easy lifestyle to get into or maintain, and your efforts are applauded. As are the efforts of Cactus Jack winning the dog collar match here tonight over Billy Gunn with a stump pile driver, as both men left it all in the ring here in Tampa. And now it is time for the main event of the evening. Once we get things cleaned up in the ring, thank you to everybody for the well wishes, and just a quick update before we go to the main event as they mop up Cactus Jack's blood from around the city of Tampa. For those of you who may know, about 4.5 weeks ago, I had emergency surgery for a detached retina in my left eye, and they believe the surgery was successful. I'm healing up pretty well, still got a lot of blurring of vision, and still got a few more weeks of healing in the left eye, and still wearing a patch just to take some of the strain off the eye. Dealing with some low-grade sort of eye strain headaches from day to day as I try to do stuff. Getting by on ibuprofen and Tylenol, but with each passing day, the vision improves a little bit and my mood improves a little bit. And now that I am back at the game table, all is well and able to do my morning devotional times. For those of you who are so inclined that you would also want to check out the channel for My Journey with Jesus, which I record and produce on every Sunday. For those of you who are so inclined, you are free to check that out and hear more about the saga of 2023 and how that has impacted my daily life, both as a follower of Christ and as an everyday normal human being who struggles imperfectly with my faith. So now we are ready for the main event of the evening. As Mighty Mo, the only game where an upset can happen. Anybody can beat Hogan. Yeah, I have a Hulk Hogan bootleg, but I've never used it because I just never was a fan of Hulk Hogan. I have an Andre the Giant. Actually, Andre the Giant has an official card that I have used. And Andre indeed had a very successful run through the Heartland a few years back, losing only twice, and both times he lost to Nick Bockwinkel by way of the Bockwinkel Sleeper. So Bockwinkel, a legend in the history of the Heartland with those victories over Andre the Giant. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening, and this is for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Of course, the belt is vacant. Ric Flair, your former champion, became the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So he has left the Atlantic Wrestling Federation behind, and the top two contenders are vying for the belt here tonight. Introducing first from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He stands at 6 feet and weighs 231 pounds. This is Chris Jericho. And his opponent from Denton County, Texas. We've already seen his brothers in action. And now it is 6'1", 239 pounds. From Denton County, Texas, this is Kevin Von Erich. And as we begin tonight's matchup, I will point out that Jericho is wrestling injured. Jericho was injured in a match with Yukon ERICH that was a qualifying match for this title bout. But Jericho was not going to let this opportunity go by. He wasn't going to give somebody else this spot. He's going to come out and wrestle injured, and that will make Kevin Von Erich the favorite in this match. But Jericho is certainly going to give it his best shot here tonight with the gold on the line. We will break out our championship dice for this special occasion, as referee James Lawrence III holds the title belt overhead proudly in the center of the ring, and Jericho and Kevin Von Erich square off. And the opening initiative roll is won by Jericho. So Jericho in control. Jericho comes out immediately with a whip to the turnbuckle off of the opening lockup. Into the turnbuckle goes Kevin Von Erich, and on a roll of 10, it is both men trying big specialty moves coming off of the turnbuckle. The wrestler with the better turnbuckle prevails, and that will be Kevin Von Erich. Because of the injury to Jericho, he's a step slow. So Von Erich takes advantage and comes off the turnbuckle with a flying knee smash into the head of Chris Jericho, and Jericho goes down. Jericho tries to get out of the ring. Kevin Von Erich pulls him back in, and now it is Von Erich with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Chris Jericho, and on a roll of 10, once again, that is the better ropes rating, and once again, that favors Kevin due to the injury to David. And Kevin now back in control, and Kevin going for a winding head smash. That sounds pretty painful, but Jericho avoids that, and Jericho fires back once again with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Kevin, and on a roll of 8, it is Jericho with a running back elbow that stuns Kevin Von Erich. Jericho follows that up, and this time he is going to use an arm wringer to bring Kevin back down to his knees. Jericho still in control. Jericho now with a drop kick that stuns Kevin. And Jericho follows that up. He is going to attempt a sleeper slam here. That is a choice D maneuver, and he will need a roll of 9 or lower to complete that. And on a roll of 4, he got him up and down to the canvas hard. Kevin Von Erich is stunned. Jericho back in control. Jericho now brings the man to his feet. And now a big chop to the chest of Kevin. Kevin slumps back into the turnbuckle. And now a double underhook backbreaker executed by Jericho down hard across the knee. Jericho doing well in spite of his injury, taking control here. And Jericho is going to follow that up with a series of punches to the head of Kevin Von Erich. Kevin staggering backwards, and Jericho going for that sleeper slam again. And again, he is able to get Kevin down to the canvas. And this time Kevin is staying down. Jericho in control. Jericho now is going to take things out of the ring and down to the arena floor. There will be no disqualification rules in effect for this match. And on a roll of 4, that is Kevin Von Erich taking control and slamming Jericho headfirst against the steel ring steps. Kevin now in control. And Kevin's going to go for the flying body press as action comes back into the ring. Jericho taking off his feet. Kevin Von Erich with a lateral press. The pin roll here is 4 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Jericho is able to kick out. Kevin with the first pin attempt of the match. And now he's going up again for another flying body press. He hits it again. This time the pin roll is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 7, once again, Jericho is able to get free. No Jericho Appreciation Society here tonight, as the fans are firmly in the corner of Kevin Von Erich. Kevin now goes to the Iron Claw, punishing Jericho. Will Jericho give it up? He'll be forced to tap on a roll of 6 or lower. And on a roll of 7, Jericho barely gets to the ropes, forcing the break of the Iron Claw hold. That's an add 1 maneuver. So Jericho in trouble here, trying to get out of the ring. Kevin Von Erich is not going to let that happen. Kevin instead goes with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jericho. And on a roll of 5, it is Jericho who comes off the ropes with a powerful flying shoulder tackle that takes Kevin down to the canvas. Jericho now going once again for that sleeper slam. That big body slam maneuver, he got him down. And Jericho is hurt. Von Erich is hurt. Jericho now with a one-handed bulldog, slamming the head of Kevin Von Erich into the canvas. Jericho now has the momentum. Double underhook backbreaker. Kevin Von Erich is down. What's Jericho going to do here? He is going for the lion salt, and he nails the lion salt. Kevin stays down. And now it is a step-up enziguri executed by Jericho, stunning Kevin Von Erich. Jericho follows that up with another double underhook backbreaker. Jericho in control here. Jericho attempts the flying forearm, but Kevin gets out of the way of that one. And Jericho crashes awkwardly into the ropes. Kevin coming back with a rear chin lock. And Kevin now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Jericho. Kevin comes flying with a forearm that stuns Jericho, and Jericho is staggered. Kevin now whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jericho, and on a roll of 11, it is a running high knee smash from Kevin Von Erich that stuns Jericho. Kevin now goes back to the iron claw, doing more damage to Jericho. Jericho is down and he is in trouble. Kevin going up now for the flying body press. He nails it. The pin roll here is 9 or lower, and on a roll of 7, he got him. Ladies and gentlemen, history has been made here in Tampa, Florida, as Kevin Von Erich with a flying body press has won the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. The fans here are going crazy for Kevin. He is joined in the ring by David and KERRY, celebrating with the fans here at the Tampa Sportatorium, as Kevin is your winner and new Atlantic Heavyweight champion. Got some slapshot chat going in the ring as well. Great movie. But congratulations in order here to Kevin Von Erich. Chris Jericho was wrestling hurt, gave it all he had, but just could not prevail, as Kevin Von Erich was a step ahead of him at every turn. And finally, with a flying body press, Kevin captures the pinfall, and he is your new Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. And we will celebrate that to end the show, as Kevin wins the belt, and Jericho will be back to fight again another day. Kudos to him for wrestling injured, but when there's a title to be won, then people will do what they got to do to get there. And no shame soldier for Chris Jericho, but Kevin Von Erich is your winner in tonight's main event, and he is your new Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight to tonight's broadcast. Miho Burns, Mighty Mo, Jeff Stafford, Neil Lau. Let's see who else we had in the chat room tonight. I know Cleveland Baseball Fan 879 was here. Frank Wayne Scott made his appearance earlier in the show. Scrolling. Carl Zilla, of course. Carl, good to catch up with Carl last weekend. And Carl and I working on another project for another game enhancement to be released in time for GalactiCon this summer. So always great to collaborate with Carl, very creative guy. Thanks Jeff, Frank, everybody for coming in. And thank you all once again. And as to borrow a phrase from RJL Network, please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Thank you for tuning in. Good night to everybody. And that's our stream, and I am out of here.